Hi, friends. How are you? We're getting ready to read our first story in the ball study. Yay! So exciting. All right. So, we're first going to go over our vocabulary words, then we're going to sing our song, and then we'll read the story, okay? So, the first vocabulary word that we are going to talk about is mop. We will see a mop in the story. Can you say mop? What is a mop used for? Yes, mops can be used for washing the floor or drying up a spill, right? Mop. Everybody say mop. The next word is baseball. Have you ever seen a baseball before? What do you need in order to play baseball? Yes, you need to use a bat. So, can you say baseball? Good job. The next word we have is broom. Broom, friends. Do you know what a broom is? What do we use a broom for? A broom is used for sweeping the floor. So if there's some dust or some dirt, or if you spill like some cereal on the floor, we use a broom to clean up the floor. Everyone say broom. Good job. And finally, this word is a goose. Have you seen these before? Sometimes I see them when I'm driving. They're crossing the street, they all walk together. So it's not a duck, but it's a goose. Can you say goose? Friends, okay. Now I'm going to ask you a question, okay? I'm going to hold up these three cards and I want you to tell me which one doesn't belong. Okay, so I have a broom, a baseball, and a mop. Which one doesn't belong? You're right, friends. It's the baseball. These are both used for cleaning. A baseball is something that we play with. Kiss your brain. Very good. All right, let's sing our story time song. It's time for a story. It's time for a story. Open up. Open up. It's time for our story. It's time for our story. Open up. Open up. So today, the story that we're reading is The Little Red Hen. You see that? The Little Red Hen. And we read a version of this story before already. So this is a new version of this story. It's called The Little Red Hen. And there she goes. Friends, you see that windmill back there? So I'm going to read The Little Red Hen. Retold by Bonnie Dobkins and illustrated by Sebastian Favre. Once upon a time, there were four friends who lived together in a barnyard: a dog, a goose, a cat, and a little red hen. So there go the four friends. The dog was a lively pup who liked to play all day. After all, he said, who would chase balls and do tricks if I don't? The cat was a handsome animal who liked to groom himself. After all, he said, who would take care of my good looks if I don't? The goose was a talkative bird who liked to gossip. She was always talking about, did you see what happened down at the farm? Can you believe those pigs? They were playing in the mud. She was always talking about everybody. She was a gossip. We've talked about that before. She said, after all, who will share the news of the day if I don't? And the little red hen, she just liked to figure out what needed doing and do it. So the dog played, the cat groomed himself, and the goose gossiped. But the little red hen, she figured out what needed to be done and she did it. One day, the four friends decided to move together to a cozy cottage near the river. They were very happy there. And we remember a cottage is a type of what, friends? Yes, a cottage is a type of house. Yes, you're right. The dog played all day in their big front yard. The goose waddled to the farmyard each morning and always came back with new stories to share. Can you waddle like the goose? You know how we practice waddling in the classroom? Can you stand up and waddle? Waddle, 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 side to side. The cat washed himself on the sunny windowsill, and the little red hen, she cleaned the house, worked in the garden, cooked the food, and did whatever else needed doing. So they were all enjoying themselves, and the little red hen was doing all of the work. Poor little red hen, that makes me so sad for her. They're not using friendly skills, are they, friends? One afternoon, the little red hen swept out the shed and found a bag of wheat seeds. Excited, she brought the bag back to the cottage. Look what I found, she said. Who will help me plant these seeds so that we can have wheat to bake some bread? Not I, said the dog. I have to play with my stick today. Not I, said the cat. I have to groom my fur today. Not I, said the goose. I have to talk to the cow today. She has news about the goat. So no one wanted to help the little red hen plant her seeds. They all had something else to do. All right, said the little red hen, then I'll plant the seeds myself. And she did. She hoed the ground and planted the seeds and watered them well and pulled the weeds. I hear some rhyming words. I hear seeds and weeds. Those words, wow, she did all the work. Soon a fine patch of wheat was growing tall in the sunlight. The wheat is ready for harvest, said the little red hen. Who will help me harvest it? Not I, said the dog. I have to bury my bone today. Not I, said the cat. I have to smooth my whiskers today. Not I, said the goose. I have to visit the pig today. He says there's a scandal with the sheep. All right, said the little red hen, then I'll harvest the wheat myself. And she did. She cut the wheat, then gathered and tied it up in bundles. She sat outside. So they were all too busy, but the little red hen said, it's fine, I'll do it myself. See her working hard in the yard, cutting the wheat. Now the wheat must be ground into flour, said the little red hen. Who will help me pull the wagon to the miller? Not I, said the dog. Today is the day I chase rabbits. Not I, said the cat. Today is the day I clean my toes. Not I, said the goose. Today is the day the goat said he'll tell me a secret about the cow. All right, said the little red hen, then I'll pull the wagon myself. And she did. She cleaned the wagon and loaded the wheat and went to the miller's down the street. Friends, I hear rhyming words again. Wheat and street. Look at them. They're just sitting around, relaxing, and the little red hen's doing all of the work. The next morning, the little red hen was ready to bake. Who will help me make the dough? She asked. Not I, said the dog. I'm busy chasing my tail. Not I, said the goose. The, the dust the dust might make it hard for me to talk. Not I, said the cat. The flour would muss my clean fur. All right, sighed the little red hen. Then I'll make the dough myself. And she did. She gathered up eggs, milk, yeast, and flour, then mixed and kneaded nearly an hour. Come on, friends, let's mix and knead. Mix and knead. Flour and hour. Flour and hour. Flour and hour are rhyming words. Now, said the little red hen, though she already knew the answer, who will help me bake the bread? Not I, said the dog. It's time for me to take a nap. Not I, said the cat. I must really get my beauty sleep. Not I, said the goose. I absolutely must rest my voice. All right, said the little red hen. Then I'll bake the bread myself. And she did. She built the fire, a difficult chore, and slid the pan through the oven door. She cleaned the mess that the bacon had made and finally went out to rest in the shade. I hear some more rhyming words. I hear chore and door, maid and shade. As the afternoon wore on, the wonderful aroma of baking bread drifted through the cottage. Friends, can you smell it? It smells so good. It tickled the noses of the napping dog, the sleeping cat, and the resting goose. They sniffed, they smiled, they opened their eyes. What is that heavenly smell? Asked the goose. Why is that? It's just my fresh baked bread, said the little red hen. Who will help me eat it? I will, said the dog, jumping up from his rug. I will, said the cat, leaping down the window sill. I will, screeched the goose, forgetting the rest to rest her voice. So now they all want to follow the little red hen. You will, asked the little red hen, but you let me do everything else. I hoed the ground and planted the seeds and watered them well and pulled the weeds. I cut the wheat, then gathered and tied it up in bundles I stacked outside. I cleaned the wagon and loaded the wheat and went to the miller's down the street. I gathered up eggs, milk, yeast, and flour, the mix and kneaded for nearly an hour. I built the fire, a difficult chore, and slid the pan through the oven door. I cleaned the mess that the bacon had made, and then only did I rest in the shade. So, do you know what? I think I'm going to eat this bread myself. And she did. There she is, friend. She took it out of the oven. There goes the duck, the goose, and the cat, and the dog. The goose, the dog, and the cat. And there's the little red hen enjoying the bread. She's like, I did all the work by myself. I'm going to eat this bread by myself. But the next time the little red hen needed help around the house, nobody said, not I. They all helped. But you see them helping her? They're helping the little red hen. So, friends, do you think that it's a good idea to help when someone needs help? Yes, I do too. And when Miss Charles calls you today, I'm going to call you on the phone. I hope you have read the story, and I'm going to ask you some questions. So I want you to be prepared, okay? I want you to be able to tell Miss Charles who were the characters in the story. We read The Little Red Hen, but who were all the characters? There were four characters in the story. That's your clue, that's your hint, okay? And I want you to tell me, where did they live? Where did the little red hen and her friends live? Okay. And I want you to tell me what happened at the end of the story. The little red hen, she tried to get her friends to help her make this bread and plant the seeds, grow the wheat, and make the flour and make the bread. What happened at the end of the story? So when Miss Charles calls you, I'm going to ask you, okay? All right, friends, I hope that you enjoyed the story, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.